Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. We would like to invite you 1 minute silence to pray for peace and harmony. Thank you. Good morning from Lumini. Happy New Year. Excuse me, this morning, yesterday, I think maybe the weather changed and the weather also become colder. And this morning I get up around about 2 o'clock. Then I say, oh, we have about 4 hours more. And then slowly I try to listen some news and some music. After 3, then I sleep. Then luckily, Minh Thiện he come. Otherwise, I sleep. So anyway, it's late. It's late better than ever. So I think this year, the new year, we are late. Maybe in around a year, this will be late. Many times. Yesterday, the new year and the eve of the new year, I have been here more than 40 years. But this, I witnessed 1,000 people, they come to Lumini. 1,000 people, they come to Lumini. This also the good side. I believe after the epidemics, and then more 1,000 people will come Lumini. And this is I have never seen before. And even that yesterday, there's a big praying of the Buddhist community in Ashokapila, where Buddha was born. So this is a good sign. 40 years before, nobody believed such thing happened. I would like next year, many of you will come to Lumini to celebrate the new year. So the topics today, what topics today? Mình Phước Trí, can you remind us?
Nam mô A Di Đà Phật. Guru, trước mục năm mới. It's a new year. Today's topic is a truth and untruth, Guru. Truth and untruth.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, Minh Phước Trí, he's a foreigner, but he know how to pronounce chúc mừng năm mới. Thank you. Even in that time I forget. Yeah. The truth is very important. We have to respect and we have to understand then we can avoid the suffering and many trouble. And sometimes we also very much afraid about this truth. So we suffering, we lost a lot of time and worry much. But if we understand, then they save a lot of time. They are also very helpful for our life. You see, for example, 1,000 years ago, few thousand years ago, there's a scientist. They said the earth is round. But he was condemned to be dead. But this is later the people recognize earth is round and they turn around the sun. And in our life, sometimes we meet trouble. The people, we say the truth, but people not agreed. Then we have many problems and we also worry. And sometimes people, we did not do the wrong thing. But the people hate us, jealousy, and they say we do the wrong thing. So what to do? In this case, we should follow the Buddha example or Buddha way. You see, when the Buddha after get enlightenment, and Buddha, he becomes very famous and many people respect him. And then they create many problems. But Buddha taught us very wonderful lesson, many lessons. And one day he's talking, he gave the Dhamma talks in Sravasti. When he sit in the chair, he give talking. And one, I don't want to say the name of organization, they select very beautiful girl. They repair, they put clothes and then like the pregnant. And she comes, she point the face to the Buddha. He say, "Oh, Gautam, you sleep with me and utilize many bad work, heavy work. Now I'm pregnant. How can you sit, you give the Dhamma talk?" Very silently, very nicely. And Buddha, he also not get angry. But his student, those get enlightenment, very got angry. They stand up, they want to have the reaction, maybe they want to beat the Chincha. And the Buddha, he raised the hand and he asked all the students and all the people, he said nobody there does should touch, should stop to the Chincha. And he also give another words, very wonderful. He say, "Oh, Chincha, what you tell, only you and I know the truth." Very nicely. I think majority, the olden people, there's not, they're very doubtful. Oh, why this master, he talk very nicely. Then in the conference hall, people also very undressed. Why Buddha, he very quiet and did not hold a strong reaction. And then after that, Deva, he become, and the red small mouse, weekend mouse, come and cut the ribbon. And that's the cloth, and they fall down. And Chincha, he run another side, I think the website. And she died at that place. And that place now become like the lake. The water never dry. So even in 19th century, when the local people, they not happy with something, they together, they go back, then they, what we call back the oath. They want to verify. So you see this story is a very wonderful. It's a very good lesson for all of us. And even when sometimes the Buddha, he gives the public talks, and the people organize, there's one old lady come and scolding to the bad work to insult the Buddha. And Buddha, he keeps silent. He did not say anything. And then the old lady, he said, why? He said, why? Thank you. You must chăn here. Chắc tắc. Yeah. Why? I calling you, you keep silent. You did not reply anything. And the Buddha, he say, oh, lady, dear lady, if you bring the cake and the food to offer me, offer people, and people do not eat, do not accept the food, so what do you do? And the lady, if you don't eat, then I bring back. You see, this is a very good lesson. So in our life, such thing happen. Such thing happen. So if we do not follow the way of the Buddha, then we also suffering. In my life, up life, sometimes I feel very, very, very successful and very happy. For example, when I come to Lumbini, I built a Vietnamese temple because I was the first foreigner to get the land to build a temple. But when the temple finished, not completely, there's another Vietnamese come. They build another temple, but not on the name of the Vietnamese, because every country there's a one temple. And when they build a temple, suddenly, because this is not like Europe and America, at that time no road, no car, everything we have carried by bullock car, or we carry even the cement back by the bicycle. And then everybody, they have difficulty. And that's Vietnamese. I think they also need money. One day he traveling in USA. I remember in Houston. The Houston, you know, one of the biggest city in USA. There's a big Vietnamese community living there. He went there. He asked for donation. And people ask how is the Thầy Huyền Diệu and how's the Vietnam temple. And that gentleman, he said, oh, Vietnam temple has disappeared. Thầy Huyền Diệu, he sold the Vietnam temple to the communists. Then he got money, then he go to marry a beautiful wife. And it's a big shock, big news, exciting news. And then some lady, she could not control, she shouted, oh, this is true. I met him last week. And that's the gentleman. He sighed, then he go away. And the people rang to me. And even they wrote a letter. They are very bad like this. And they request me to give them permission. I say, what for? I want to give him the lesson. Real lesson. I say, no. He's a monk. You should not do anything wrong. And shoulder like it's not good. And he say, why? Then I say, maybe the last life, I did a similar thing to him. So this life, he repeated. This is the karma. That is the way. Okay? That is the way. But in my own soul is, they talk many bad work. But in my life, I also feel sad. But I say, oh no, we should follow the Buddha way. And maybe he has some financial difficulty. Then I say, okay, we should respect him, and then this on the way how we encourage to complete his project. And after some time he come back to Holy Land. Then on the way he go on foot, I was on bicycle. Then I meet him, I say, hello, like this one, how are you? You just come back from foreign country. Please come to our temple. I have the coffee and cake together. I talk very nicely, like nothing happened. At that time also, very luckily, I forget about the thing happened. When he come, I cook coffee, make tea, and give the cake eating. After he wept. Oh, then I say, no, forget it. Forget it. And then you see, and after that, we have very good relation. Good relation. Even sometimes he create problem. He make the wrong news. But I did not say anything. So I find it's wonderful. Because we have only 2 Vietnamese living in the Holy Land. If we talk bad each other, this is not good for the Holy Land. And even thus, the people misunderstand. And they think bad about Vietnamese community. You see? And after some time, he, talk, man, no, I don't want to do that. They got accident. And 2 hands lost. Then I also think, oh, this is good, because at that time, if I have the bad reaction, when he lost the 2 hands, then I also feel the guilty. Before, when he hurt, he see my reaction, then he feel sad. Then when he got accident, I also responsible. So when he got accident, I bring sometimes food, and even in the room, it's very hot in Lumini. I also propose he should put air condition we helping like this one. Oh, so it's very, very nice. Even that, when I meet, I also have a very good. And even you see, somebody in our temple, contact with him and talk bad about our temple, I also know, but I keep silent. Not happy, but I keep silent because I follow the Buddha way. Therefore, situation better and better. So this is a conclusion, I think, in our life. There are three things we should not be afraid. The firstly, the sun. Secondly, the moon. And third, the truth. The truth is above all. Truth is the truth. You see, when the Chincha come and make the bad news and insult the Buddha, if the Buddha, he got angry, he insult back, scowling, and then maybe student of the Buddha beat him, beat her, and many things wrong. Or the Buddha, he shouted, who are you? Where you come from? What is the number of your house? The name of your village? And where's the police? Catch this lady. This lady insult me like this. And even I think the time the Buddha, there's no newspaper. If there's no newspaper and the journalists, they publish. You see, he keeps silent. And then he thought, what happened? The thing what you said, only you and I know reality. Very, very wonderful. And after that, the truth is happened. So today we discussed this topic. This is a wonderful lesson. And this is a very, very deep philosophy. But if we apply it, then certainly we get happiness. You see, in the world now, so many untruths. But we know, but we cannot say the truth. If we say, many difficult, many problems may come to us. Truth is truth. You see, like when the Buddha was born, he's a human being. He was human being. He was born in Lumini. When Ashoka in the 20th year, after his coronation, he come himself to Lumini to worship where Buddha was born. Then he erected the pillar. Then on the pillar, I think he's a very wonderful king. And he wrote on the pillar 5 sentences. Devana biyena asina luminigame. Sakyamuniti luminigame. Mean on the 20th year coronation, he Devana biyena mean the son of the Deva, the son of God, come to worship the place where Sakya Muni mean the Buddha, he belonged to Sakya family. And he was born in Lumini, like this. Written. I think this is one of the first languages inscribing in the stone. But this time passed. In the beginning of 7th century, Huyen, the Chinese master, he come from China to Lumini on foot. Many holy places on Lumini on foot. And that's not no aeroplane, no everything, come on foot. Then he worshiped the place, the Lumini, then he weakness. And he mentioned about Lumini, there's a one pillar, and even there's a broken, on the top, there's a head of the horse. So many centuries gone. It's 7th century. But on the 18th century, 17, you remember 17, 18, 19th century, in European, they developing the technology about the streamline. The boat run with the stream, and then they make the machine, they have the boat, and then they make so many good. And then they find the market, they selling, bring the selling to Asia to sell. And when the those business, long story, and then they make war and they occupy many countries in the world. And when they come to Asia and they meet one religion, many people follow that religion called Buddhism. And those people, when they go back to Europe, they wrote many books. They talk very bad about the Buddha. They say, oh, in Asia, there's a one religion named Buddhism. But that's a religion. It's a imagination, untruth. There's a one person named Siddhartha, or they call the Buddha. This is imagination. This is not true. And then like this one, many books printed, and those books you can still find. They talk very bad about the person Buddha. I mean, that is an imagination person, like something like God and like this one. But in the 19th century, after only less than 200 years, and one friend and some European scholar, they went to China. Because that China at that time, European also occupied some part of China. And some researchers, because researchers, scholars, they are not politicians. They are the person to see the document, and then two of them, they find out in China, there's a one book, Suzuki. There are two Suzuki. Huh? One is written, that is a Roman, written in the 13th century. But the Suzuki written by the Huyen son is 7th century. When he come to from Xi'an, and he passing so many years, 6 years from there to Lumini and Bodh on 6 years working, he wrote, not down very carefully, where he meet, what he meet. And then the scholar, European scholar, they are very, very surprised. They translate that book, the first into French, then in English. And then many scholars, archaeological people, they also interested, they started to do research. You see, that is wonderful. And slowly they come to India, Nepal, they find out the pillar. They find out the pillar, and then they spend many years to study many languages, the languages, and to read what is encryption. And the encryption, and it's mentioned on the 20th century, 20 year, the coronation, the Ashoka, pillar, Ashoka king and his follower come and worship where Buddha Sakya Muni was born. He was born in Lumini, not in Washington, not in Geneva. It's interesting. and not in Melbourne or Sydney. He was born in Lumini. And then he give person take example like this. And when they discover these people, and those people read in the book or talking the wrong thing, and they try to sell, to burn. You see, it's a very wonderful. Ashoka, he knew after 20th century, many people, they want to change the story of the Buddha and do something wrong. Therefore, he is reading the proof that Buddha was a human, was a man, was a human being as we are. And he was born in Lumini. If there's no inscription now, there are also many discussing the Buddha may be born in New York or Geneva or another country. You see, that's a very wonderful. If you have time, and that's Pila in the Rubandehi district. Therefore, they named that Rubandehi Pila. But many years in Nepal, I say, oh, if we put Rubandehi, it is not exciting. So I rename it, I say, weakness and speaking stone. I just like it. I very much like to write a book about this one. Then about, I think about 25 years ago, there's one international meeting of UNESCO meeting. I participate. And then some of them, they want to organize in India. Because in there's so many historical place. So they want to organize that together. And then Pakistan, then object. And then Pakistan want to organize UNESCO conference in there, they of the object in there. And at that I say, no, why shouldn't you try to select Nepal, Lumbini, the international meeting for UNESCO conference? And then many delegations say, oh, what happened there? Lumbini, maybe in Kathmandu like this one, but not Lumbini. I say, no, Lumbini is very important. Please come to organize. And they say, well, what happened? I say, in Lumbini, there's a many thousand stones. But there's a one stone they can speak. And many delegations, they say, is it true? Yeah, I say, true. If you come to Lumbini, that stone not speak. Weakness and speaking stone, then I will pay your air ticket. And then the people also very much exciting visit, and director UNESCO, he come at us, and then there's Surya and Asram Sakya come and back. Then I brought them to Ashoka Pila. I say, oh, this is play. There's an inscription. Mean weakness and speaking stone. And after the conference, and Lumbini declare, after a few years, I think nearly 3 years, and declare like world heritage. But really Lumbini, I wish one day you should come and see by own eye the stone they speak. They speak the truth. And many people ask me how many, what language they speak. They speak own languages. So you see, this is a very small thing, but the truth is truth. Well, nobody can change. Therefore, in the past, there's so many. The story is story. The past is the past. But now even now, many people, they also want to chant story. I cannot chant. They want to chant the truth, cannot chant. Yeah. So this also give us very good lesson. When you do some good thing, the people, they make wrong news or they make trouble, you should not be afraid. Carry on. Do the work. And this is, this I think wonderful. Even now we are living in the society, so very complicated. But we should not worry, we should be happy and carry on to do the good work. So now I would like to invite our friend Professor Jones to share your idea about this topic for the new year.
Chúc mừng năm mới.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Chúc mừng năm mới.
Chúc mừng năm mới. Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah. And yes, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. An interesting topic again, Master, truth and untruth. I must admit, I have many stories of untruths in my life. As a young boy, I remember lying. I used to lie a lot. I never wanted to have any conflict, so I would lie just to stop any conflict, and it's very difficult to maintain. It's very difficult to keep lying, just so other people feel better and that you don't look bad. And about 10 years ago, I found a study. A company called Landmark did a study on why people lie. They lie about little things and big things. Why do people lie? And the study came out, it was very simple. People didn't want to look bad. And I look back at myself when I was younger. I didn't want to look bad. If somebody asked me a question and the truth made me look bad, then I would make a story up or make it, and it just creates too much trouble, too much drama. And this study from Landmark, they don't want to look bad. So that's it. People don't want to look bad, so they say things to make themselves look good. And it's very simple, but very difficult to change. I remember going, I will change this within me. And I made a mistake, and it was not a big mistake, but it made me look bad. I can't remember now. I remember the feeling of going, if I tell everybody that this is what I did, I will look stupid. I will look bad. I will look... It was very easy to lie. Oh, very easy. But I didn't lie. I said the truth, and there was no problem. It was, for me, it was like, oh. It was like, it was amazing for me that and it was easier because you don't have to worry what did I tell them? What did I tell them? And so I learned that very big lesson for me, that it didn't matter what I said, as long as I was truthful, with sincerity, like our talk last week about sincerity, being sincere. And that to me comes together very, very well. And I had another opportunity about 6 years ago. A lady lied about me, made these horrible, horrible lies about me. And I was, what do I say? No, not true, not true. So at first I stood up, not true, not true, not true, not true, telling everybody what she was saying was not true. And it was very exhausting. And it didn't change anything until I remembered the story, a very similar story about Buddha. Was a monk was accused in a small village in the temple. He was this young girl. She was 19, and she became pregnant, and she wasn't married. So when she eventually got bigger and bigger, she told her parents that it was the monk. When the baby was born, the parents, they took the baby up to the monk and said, "Here, you take care of the baby." The monk just took the baby, didn't say anything. He cared for the baby, brought the baby up. And 7 years later, the lady who gave birth, she was on her mind all the time because she could see her little boy. It was a boy growing up in the temple with the monk. The monk never said anything to anybody. And she eventually confessed to her parents, it wasn't the monk, it was the boy from the other village, the one I want to marry. And so the whole family came up to the temple, to the monk, and they said, why did you take the boy? Why did you not say anything? Why didn't you say it wasn't truth? And she said, it's not my burden to tell the truth for other people. And so they come and took the baby back into the family, and they got married, and everything was fine. And I learned that. So when this lady accused me of these terrible things, I stopped. I stopped saying, not true, not true. And it all just eventually went away. So I'm very, very lucky to have learned from both sides of when I was younger, telling lies, to not get in trouble, to being older, somebody telling lies to me. Maybe it's karma, maybe, it's a lesson to learn. Now, if there's something happens, I will tell the truth, and the consequences, whatever they may be, will be, and it's finished. But if you tell a lie, the consequences never finish. They keep going on and on and on. So, yeah, it's a very, very interesting subject. And you can't have sincerity without truth and honesty. We talked about that last week. And so I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing just to be truthful with compassion sometimes, So opinion doesn't necessarily mean truth. People forget. Your opinion may not be truthful, but there's a difference. But being honest and being truthful is very, very important. And thank you. Thank you, Master. Very interesting subject. Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor John. I would like to request you, and now many what things untruth is happen. So in your opinion, which is the good way to convince the people to follow the truth? Is this possible?
Yes.
You have some solution?
Oh, I think to lead by example, I think is the biggest thing. I think to do what you, if you can talk the truth and your actions have to line up with your words. That way we can teach people. If I know many people when I was younger, the words, perfect words coming out of their mouths, but their actions are not, they're not the same. I think the actions, if you can say, tell the truth, and then you actually tell the truth. If you can be sincere, and we can teach our children very simply, but we must do it ourselves. Otherwise, there is no value. We're just listening to words. I think if we teach our children about truth and honesty, and we are honest ourselves, and they can see that, they will learn, and that will become, yeah. People will listen to people who are honest for a long time. People will only listen to people who lie for a very short time. So, yeah.
Not I think is the human beings on the world are suffering because the people, they not respect the truth. They make many wrong things, and they say only truth. So we are the victim of that problem. So I'm very much interested how we promote and suggest, request, or we can request respectfully, the people should respect the truth. And then the peace. You see, for example, now we don't want to repeat again and again, but what happened now? Even the food and the drink, many is the wrong food. But we never see, they say this is a wrong food. This is a delicious food and many vitamins. But really, if we eat, we have many problems. And they recognize to sell in the market. Yeah, that is the problem. On the field, something I feel very sad, but I'm very much interested how we convince more people respect the truth. Then,
yes,
the peace.
Yeah. I had this conversation maybe 2 weeks ago with some friends about truth and honesty in advertising, in companies.
Yes. And
what happens, I think, is we believe when a company says this has so many vitamins, so many minerals, it's very healthy for you, it's very good, because they tell it to us very sweetly. And we believe it. But we rely on a company. They don't care about us. They only care about the money. And we think that the company is a person. The company is not a person. So the company is just there to make money. Big company, they don't care. Look at Monsanto. You know, look at the so many people, so many companies. They just don't care about people and farmers and what we can do and what we can eat. They only care about making money. So how we can change that is, I think, very slowly. I think it will be very slowly that we become a little smarter in our thinking, a little more connected to our family and friends and community, and we can see. But I think it's very difficult at the moment because all the news is not, they're not honest. They get money from these companies, you know, behind them, behind the doors. It's not like 20 years ago where a journalist could stand up and say this, and this. It's not.
Yeah.
So every day I just, you know, with my mudfab one more, that this world wake up to realize the truth. You know, I hope that I can see that in my lifetime for the next generation.
Yeah, thank you. Let's hope and let's us hope and let us work together. Yeah, work together, work very hard.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes we feel very sad. You see, like Vietnam, when we were young, many power countries, they come, they just to protect Vietnam for democracy, for liberty, and stopping the communists. Then they bring me $1 million, weapon different kind, and so many million people were killed in Vietnam. And many countries motivate, including the Australians, send army to Vietnam to protect Vietnam like the free world, isn't it? But at last, many thousand men, million people died because they did not say truth. Even the master of the world, he also, at last, he also disclosed his sex. So he never believed the South Vietnam lost very quickly. Mean they knew everything.
Yes.
You see, even now, John, you are professor, and all of us try to pray and work together. How? We request them. We request them. Please don't make the untruth thing. More untruth thing, the more suffering. Even now, you see about the convict. They did not want to see the truth. Therefore, the convict is developing. They're destroying the environment. Many things. Even medicine now. Some medicine is a good medicine. Many medicine also not good medicine. And when we take this medicine and they stop this sickness, then they create another sickness, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they did not mention. So let us work and pray, and we try to make for next generation. But I still believe there's a very serious, but I still believe the new generation. You see, like Vietnam. And then after Vietnam, then they move to Afghanistan and many countries.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think Nepal is a good. Nepal is a leader. They also follow such thing. But now I very much interest. Nepal should be the peace center. Because you see fighting, many countries fighting going on. But Nepal, they stop fighting with the gun. Still fighting, but a mouth fighting is no problem.
Yeah.
So you also should come to Nepal and we motivate and how the Nepal should have the peace center. You see now, if Nepal, they don't follow the Buddha way, and now million people killed. Yeah. So now you see what happened, Iran, Iraq, Syria, the conflict going on. Yeah, because many, they do not follow the truth. Thank you, John. I would like to invite Minh Phước Trí to share your idea about the subject.
Good morning, everybody. Namo Amida Phật and chúc mừng năm mới to everyone. Are you getting me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. This morning, my Wi-Fi is not so strong. If something disturbing in between, I'm very sorry. And it's already 7, and I would like to wrap up and conclude with something short. Thank you, everyone. Today's topic also very important, truth and untruth. Where there are two people, there is untruth. If only we are alone, that is truth. That means we live in this society. Sometimes we talk about truth and untruth. Personally, I also say untruth because I should live there. But the voice of my soul, that is truth. So inner soul voice is the truth. So many people in society, they revealing what they are revealing is not important. What tempting, that is important. Like they want to speak outside, look nice, this, such a wonderful thing everywhere. They want to mingle and be nice, but what they're hiding inside, sometimes it's difficult to find the truth because that is very deep in the root. So Buddha also became Buddha because he found some great Four Noble Truth, the truth of suffering and the cause of suffering and the end of suffering and how to finally eliminate and go away from the suffering and go to enlightenment. That's why Buddha became Buddha. And the truth and untruth, personally, it's my feeling. I feel like in Taiwan and China, we see one logo like a yin and yang. Yin and inside have white and black, and inside the two dot white and black. Truth and untruth also, it's the same thing in this society.
Con có biết bình an này, tất cả rất nhiều bạn gửi bài này. Sáng nay con nói với bà này.
Like yin and yang, truth and untruth. To generate untruth, you have to do a lot of things. For truth, no need to do anything. There is a truth. Anyway, that is there. Same like a Professor John, he said, the Bupa, or something, the story of a real story of monk. And because he didn't want to, that is not his duty to tell truth, like later it proved itself. So truth is truth. Like nature also truth, and everywhere it has a very big, deep meaning. If we go in politics, the freedom is truth, because there is a lot of different model of politics. The final ultimate destination is a freedom, that is truth. And some truth, it takes long time to prove. Anyway, that is truth. Like a guru said before, it took a long time to prove earth is circle. But still there are some community in America, I read, like a flat earth society, that is, they believe the earth is flat because we live in this society. So there is always two parts, like a black and white. Anyway, black is black and white is white. Such to get the real truth, I'm very thankful with Guru Thầy Huyền Diệu, and then like he shared a great makfab with us, which he get from a long time meditation and with a big time spending in dharma and religion. That's why he got those makfab and truth, because to get the real truth, it takes big meditation, long time. We we are living, general, ordinary people, we are living in this society, in outside core of the society, but who go really deep inside the root, so, like a guru, we know the real truth, and he's sharing with us, and I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, Guru. Today, this is the first, anyway, this is January 2nd. This is the first Zoom talk of 2022. Hope this year will be the year of truth, and we will go far from this suffering. A lot of our human society suffering from this COVID and many other things, conflict in society. Let's promote truth from our every single individual way, and in the accumulated, this will bring peace. Let's do from our side, but let's be in the side of truth, all we us. So all of us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for time and listening to Guru and us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Guru.
Thank you.
Namo Amida Phật.
Amida Phật, thank you very much, Min Phukti. This is a good suggestion. Now the 2nd January 2022. Let us hope and work together for the truth. If the truth more, and the world will be less suffering, isn't it?
Yeah, Guru.
Yeah. And Lumini, where Buddha was born. It's wonderful. These are holy. And Professor John, Thầy Huyền Diệu, and all. Let us try to work. Now we should not be the member of NATO. We are the victim of the NATO. You know NATO? We are the victim of the NATO. Mean no action, talking only. Many international conference, talking. So suggestion of Min Phukti, I say wonderful. The truth, Buddha was born here. Why you come here? You make, you see. So let us promote. And Nepal is a very wonderful country. Yeah. So please come and do something, and you will get miracle. Yeah. So now I think that we come today. We come a little late, so now we can extension. This also good side. I would like to invite Thầy Huyền Diệu to share particular you give solution how to develop in the truth. Yeah, and untruth should disappear. Please, Sư Huyền Diệu.
Happy New Year, Master and friend and everyone. Thank you for Master inviting me to share my little bit idea. Yeah, from the beginning, we went to Buddhist monastery. We practice, we keep precept, and that we keep the precept more or less. We follow the truth. And the Buddha, he searched the truth, and he seek the truth, and finally he obtained enlightenment. And we know very well that if we follow the truth, we live it very, very healthy. We feel comfortable anywhere, and we sleep very well, and we're not feeling guilty. Then people say we cannot choose where we were born, but we can choose the way we live. The way we live, someone because of the circumstance, they cannot follow the truth, and they do something lie in their life, but they feel guilty. Then the results of who not follow the truth, they may get some very bad karma. We can say suffering. Then if we understand and we follow the law of karma, then we may follow the truth too. And people also say the paper can cover the fire, or the needle in the pockets when you go out someday, when you will get out. So if we live with the untruth and the people will find out and we will get guilty, then we cannot get trustful in community, and we will be alone, even the family too. So for me we have to live in a simple way, then we will get the truth. If we live in complication, then we will do something in the light way. Therefore, I got most information from the Most Venerable and Professor John and Mr. Minji. And this is my own small idea. I want to conclude that we live in the simple, and that more or less similar to the truth. And we can choose the way we live. The way we choose, we can get is good and get a truth or untruth, a lie or unlie. We are self-confident. Thank you, Master, and thank you, everyone. Again, Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you, Thầy Huyền Diệu. It's very interesting. You see now, if the people follow the truth, respect the truth, then very happy life. Very happy life. We should live simple. We know
sleep well, feel comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable.
Yeah.
Now you also think seriously how convince the people, particularly leader, should follow the truth, promoting truth. You see now, I feel very sad, but I don't want to mention the name. We have only 24 hours, but there's certain person, they lie 20 times a day.
Yeah, right.
Terrible, very sad. Even some so-called leader, or religious leader, I feel sorry, I don't want to mention the name. So the thing I very much interest, how we promote the way of the Buddha, the truth. If we follow the truth, no liar, then certainly the happiness. Yeah, but I think the Professor John Phúc Trí and Thầy Sư Minh Diệu try to fight direct way. We don't talk. Now we have a little short time. Now we are 2022. Okay. Oh, you see, it's a very complicated our society now. We are living on the burning fire, but people don't want to say the truth. Really, I'm telling you. Now, after the COVID-19, what I have seen, we will have big problem for the food production. We have a big problem. If the world leader not pay attention, there's a big famine in the world. Million people suffering. So if you have some people, please think well to get the land and to plant the rice. I think I also very much happy to inform you. Many people, generally they condemn the COVID-19, but I say I not condemn, but I'm very much thankful lady or gentleman COVID-19. Well, so thanks to of them, I remain many months in Lumini, so I discover wonderful rice, Kalanamak rice. That's right, belong to the time of the Buddha. So now I promote it. Yeah. So now I had some, I do not know how I can, that's right to you. Very good, wonderful rice. Yeah. And that's right, when you cook, a very good smell. So now the time is left not much. I find that situation. Can you share some idea, possible solution for the truth?
Hello, Smarter. Hello, Master, Banter, any monks, anybody. On the occasion of the New Year's of the 2022, we would like to wish Master and our friends and the brothers and sisters in June a new year's of health, peace, and all the best. I'm very thankful to Master for bringing up this topic. To know if a person is true to you or not. I think it is very, very difficult for us to recognize. How can we recognize the problem easily without spending a lot of the time? Now, I would like to share a little truth this issue. I think all of us have at least one made the mistake of trusting someone and thinking that person is a really good person. For me, not once, but many times, somehow to get wisdom in choosing good person or loyal people. I have the three things to choose the good person. Firstly, we must know the origin and the family background of the person we choose. What is very important is the methods of educating the children of that family. They must have the training in the morals, quality, and sincerity of the child. They never know how to lie and deceive others. They have to work on their own wisdom, relying on the foreign or relatives. Small especially, they are educated by relatives from their fathers. Secondly, we need to long time to know and determine that the person in a measure enough to anything should share honesty, morality, and gratitude. A person has a long time to experience in all environments, such as family, society, as well as community, that their nature does not change a moral quality. On the contrary, they also have very good merits of the kindness, honesty, and gratitude. This person will certainly be very, very good person. We can cooperate with them without fear of them deceiver. That is the second time. I have the one thing more. You know, the real experience in environment that a person has never experienced, such as fame, money, and status. I myself have big detail of the person. Although I'm ready, now their family background and the origin. And I have spent a long time trusting this person. It is still not enough to be sure that the person is the really good person when they have been patient to take advantage of me for a really long time, and they had secured things like the money, fame, and all. They left without of the work things. On the contrary, they blame me and find ways to get along with the people in the same group and them to say bad things about me. In
my opinion. If I have these things, 3 things, is it enough to choose someone who honest with me? I'm very much hope that master teaching that us learn from the master experience, because the road ahead is still very long. We need to have people who share the same idea of honesty and gratitude, so that we will better serve, sense, being sincere gratitude to master. I think that this topic very good. If we have the good idea, we can help many people. I think that in my life, I have, you know, I before that I saw many people. Some people are very good for me. Some people they treating me. Now we would like to hear from the master. I think that in the master life, you know, some people because when my master built the 2 temples, I think that many people come to the temple. Some people they, you know, they teaching my master. Some people they very good master. I think we would like to hear about you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Thầy Huyen. I mentioned to you.
Yeah.
When we do the good thing, people say the wrong thing. We keep silent. The truth is truth.
Yeah.
You say like there's one gentleman. He make the wrong news. He say, "Oh, Thầy Huyền Diệu, he sell the temple to the communists. Then he married beautiful wife." But I did not say yes or no. I keep silent. Now, more than 30 years already, the temple is settled. If I declare like this, you see, like the story John he tells about the monk who say he give the children. I thought the truth is true. I think this century, the best, if they want to be happy, they should follow the Buddha way, the truth. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Panchasila, we're not liar. I find in my life, this is difficult, but when we more practicing, more happy. So now we are New Year, 2022. Let's us together. So please, I find Nepal is a very wonderful place. Let us come.
Yes.
Thầy Minh Diệu, you finish your study. Please come to Nepal with us. Here we need you. We need many people, and even John, please come.
Yeah.
With your wife, come to Nepal soon. Yesterday I also discussed with some of our friends with Phukti. We should have wonderful school in Nepal. Okay? Yeah. And that school, truthfulness is very important. We teach them. If one person, they respect the truth, they respect the law of the nature, certainly they can do a lot of things. A lot of things, yes. Yeah. So you see, therefore, I'm not propaganda for Nepal, but I say this is a very wonderful place. Thanks to we respect him, gratefulness, now Lumini develop. And this year, you come here, so many kind of, so many musicians, they play on the road, but they don't ask money, free. So next year you come, the music, they dancing and they sell different food. And if you can make Australian food and from different key, so next year we should organize the food festival. Okay. I've discussed with some friends. We should do something. For example, we should promote Kalina Mark rice Kalinamak rice is a wonderful because this rice they do not accept the chemical fertilizer. Yeah.
The next year, what day you organize, Master?
No, New Year.
New Year. Oh,
yeah,
next year. New year.
Or around the year. I think from October to March, we organize food festival.
Yeah.
And here we also thinking if we get the land, I will discuss with some friends. We can we have so many wonderful mango. Yeah. Every year we can organize a mango festival.
Yeah.
Lychee festival. Food. You see many things to do. And even here, Lumini now, we have the Lumini Buddhist University, where we wish they should develop. And then nobody believes. Now you come and there's an international airport already. So John, please come. You can come soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because when we started from here, you find a small school, and that school develop, and then we export to another country. Now I'm telling you, regarding education, I have very much confidence.
Yeah.
If we do the good thing, they spread. We don't talk much.
Yeah.
I think this is good. You see, for example, before I was the first foreigner to get the land in Lumini. Now, yesterday, many thousand people going, coming. And then we also wish slowly the Nepali government, they nominate the right person, then Lumini, Nepal develop. And here you can, if you want to go the trekking, there's one of the highest mountain in the world, beautiful. Yeah. So today's we are late about 5 minutes, but we talk more than 1.5 hours, isn't it? So this is a good sign for the new year. Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you
happy
very much.
New Year again. Next week, meet again. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Master.
Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year.
Yeah. Thank you.